We're here with Tao Leung, better known as Mr. Bags, who's arguably one of the most influential influencers, specifically in the handbag space. Tao, welcome to New York. You're obviously here for Fashion Week.
Yes.
So give us your background. Give us the headline news on Tao Leung and how you got to this point.
Wow. Hi, I'm Mr. Bags. Actually, I started when I was in USC, as I mentioned. I went to college in Los Angeles.
Born and raised in Beijing, though, right?
Born and raised in Beijing.
Came to USC for college?
Yes, when I was around 18 years old.
What'd you study?
International Relations and Global Business.
And then you graduated from USC. What was your first job?
Blogger is my first job.
Blogger?
Yes.
So talk to me, what is it about, if you want to become an influencer across a product category, what are the 2 or 3 things that you would say are the pillars of success of being an influencer around a specific product category?
I think probably number 1 is that you do have such passion for, those products. You have to love them. So because you love them, you research them in a consumer perspective, like in a way that you see them as like one of your lovers. So really, when my followers are reading my articles, they feel like I'm one of their friends. They feel like someone is helping them to make shopping decisions.
To be blunt, what's your business model? How do you make a living as an influencer?
At very first, I post a lot of blogs online, and definitely there's no earnings at all. Then I start to work with Reverse Style. It's like an affiliation program. So basically, for all the recommendations I made, if my followers purchase.
Affiliate deal.
Yes.
Someone goes to the site, buys the bag, and you get 4, 6, 8% of the purchase price, something like that.
Yes.
Because you're actually doing joint lines, right? You're doing lines inspired by your vision. So do you consider yourself a designer as well, or are you just taking input from your customer base and providing advice?
When I started to blog, my biggest dream is to become a fashion designer. But actually for all the collections, I work with brands. Definitely we have so many creative designs, but I'd say that still a large portion of the design is based on like my followers' comments and their feedbacks, and also my feedbacks on the products.
And so you have your own site, but what platform has been the most powerful at amplifying your message? If you could only be on one platform to get your message out, what would it be, and how has it changed the last few years?
Right now, I feel like still WeChat is the most powerful platform for me. Definitely Weibo is a very important platform. So those 2 are the most, like the biggest ones for bloggers and also for me.
Tell me about WeChat versus Weibo. One pulling out in front of the other, neck and neck. Which do you see? Different customer base?
I feel like they're just so different. WeChat is a more private. You only have, you only add friends you really know in life, or like your business partners. But definitely someone you kind of you know them. And well, for bloggers, we have our public pages on WeChat. So for WeChat, we do very long articles. So basically articles with like 50 pictures and 50, paragraphs. So it's really long. So sometimes it's something like explanation, like I want to explain you something, like about one bag. I want to tell you all about it, like the history, the craftsmanship, and the functionalities, this and that, just everything. Weibo is like Twitter. So Weibo is like very fast. It's a little bit like Instagram and Twitter together. So Weibo is like about pictures and very short sentences. So it's all about being very fast and very instant.
So which house is doing the best job of creating a culture that results in just gorgeous bags?
I think sometimes it doesn't really depend on the big corporation behind the brands, but the brands themselves. I do think that for like Louis Vuitton, they have done amazing jobs in keeping their monogram bags classic and always on trend. Because years ago, Chinese people at first they love Louis Vuitton monogram bags so much, but then people feel like it's out of fashion and people feel like it's too out there. But now just Louis Vuitton monogram bags become so fashionable again. I think Louis Vuitton is really still, the master in the world of bags still. But for Gucci, Gucci is doing really nice too. Yes.
What about up and coming? What about small player kind of that's coming up?
There's one brand from Turkey called Manu Atelier. It's really nice. Like the quality of the bags and the design are really good, and they keep evolving. So right now they have amazing collections.
Who are the 3 people or brands you would follow if you wanted to be a blogger in fashion? You said every morning you need to read or follow these 3 things or people. Who would those media companies or followers people be?
I actually look at a lot of websites, but definitely for new bags, Farfetch is one of the places I definitely go to all the time. And the other one is matchesfashion.com.
Matches, Farfetch,
Yes. And well, the other one, I don't really go there for new bag choices, but I shop a lot there. It's Essence from Canada.
And what do you think? Do you think there's opportunity for a Chinese, an organic Chinese brand to break through? It feels as if the Chinese have been fantastic consumers of French bags, and do you think? Are you hopeful about an organic luxury brand emerging from China? Because one of the unusual things about China is that given the size of the economy, it hasn't produced a lot of global brands. You know, there aren't. Second largest economy in the world, by some measures now the largest economy in the world, incredible consumption, but they aren't producing a lot of their own luxury brands. Do you see any luxury brands that might break through that were born and bred in China?
I think it's on the way. I think it, for a very successful luxury brand, it definitely took a really long time for it to establish. But I feel like, actually my dream is to establish the Chinese luxury brand from China. So actually, I'd say probably after I do it, it will be there.
Yeah, you're ready,
the Chinese
right?
luxury brand, made in China.
Yeah, and I know you live in Beijing, born and raised in Beijing. If you were going to move outside of the U.S., you've lived in LA, you spent some time at Columbia.
Yes.
What city would you most want to live in? What do you think in terms of fashion is the hottest up-and-coming city in the world? Where do you go to get inspired?
I'd stay in Beijing or Shanghai.
That's the place.
I feel like, the market is there, and also there's so many opportunities. Whatever you do, if you just want to work hard, and if you have a dream, you can always fulfill it there.
Tao Liang, you're an inspiration. You have figured out a way to take your passion, and it literally just broke through, and you're an influencer and making a living. So well done, and thanks for spending some time with us, and safe travels back to China.
Thank you so much.